Na mamene honorable member of parliament honorable David Opoku and price member of parliament encoding komo kakra. Ono na me hu say in the video or tie mo sorry me enko honorable good morning.
Good morning.
Na mpom ye de.
Joboko.
Obi be say mo na ade hia mo we say mo na mo wa ba mo majority members of parliament. Ti mo ade hia mo no de nti na hu ko hia say say mo pia bontina mo budget no.
Okay. I think they think I'm a fa kunyana mecha. But you
Kessben.
What is important is at all times we must look at the national interest first. I mean, whether you are NDC or you are NPP, the most important thing for us to do as parliamentarians is to look at the national interest first. I thought that now we should say now we should display of bias at ECOSWA. I think you are better off advising yourself than sitting down for the country to come to a halt. Like I've said, nobody can hold this country to a ransom. And for me, as a protector of our democracy, as a believer in our laws, and somebody who have been elected by the good people of Impriso to sit in parliament and make laws. So you wouldn't say the big commonia. I think we better advise ourselves. I have said, and then we say, yempini. Wompini SSN. It didn't say that. And people make claims to President Lima at Abenso. President Lima at Abenso, nobody rejected Lima's budget. It was just an amendment of the budget, a portion of the budget. Just like what is happening, which was rejected. But to say that you are rejecting an entire budget of our country, it means that you want this country to come to a halt.
Honorable Yababa rejection is na yen share the technicality course of law. Now, as I drink it here, now the upper, that is the public gallery, reason na most mode betwa bano, the chamber, that is the floor of parliament ho, and tina mose omunum pieno, yese beya, mu peja monsana mo kanya, yenko kan obia, on your member of parliament, I be your minister na on come home. Na enkwata ni vote no because he wanted to be fair. Obi be say baby na say dun ketiate na only floor of parliament o. So ehun be na dey hia say chenchena be ka so mpingo.
So first of all, we first engage in a voice vote. Even say parliament, time I cover a breaking out. Parliament say ma obi biara and ma parliament, especially if you are not a member of parliament. It's for a very long time. The gallery hall, baby, nipa day, Emma. This has been the convention for some time now. It's a gallery on your baby, Ubiba. And of course, in a voice vote like this, knowing very well that there are people not in the gallery. If you allow a student to get here and its people to also come there, it may affect the voice vote. And when we realize that he was there, we thought that he had no business there. Nobody saw him. What if he contributed to the voice? That led to the speaker saying the nose habit. What if on any driver and any security any portfolio mobile they also contributed?
Honorable, now is it possible, sir, more kind nipa of floor of parliament, looking at where the gallery is, anywhere he was sitting, no? Ubetimi ya boatra kwa kind of fra.
Well, I make a say for yata etiho. Na usi can for yata everything I contributed to the DNA through division. I think can for yata the issue work out of the chamber. Then I said it must also leave us so that it becomes an all parliamentary affair, all MPs affairs. But you see, for us, the most important thing is how a section of our MPs would want to reject a budget ever bet you have police worker, a budget ever bet you have nurse worker, budget ever bet you have free SHS, budget and loans. That should be the concern and worry of everybody.
Honorable minority and almost statement Omodebaya no pay Kessben Yensake no. They are saying they are not rejecting the budget, but almost key issues be more. Almost say the finance minister need to do those corrections. Sana san baba kunye a Japan deal. Almost say Ababe Urem. Afe they are calling for suspension of the proposed 1.75% e-levy. Afe almost says a court budget in him paragraph 829. Eka energy deal, GMPC, AGM petroleum issues be almost say a honor paragraph no finance minister near the friend reconstruction. Na ebio benchmark value na omo reverse ye so they should revisit it na omo hwe send ye mfa ho kyerem ready for na afa kita see defense ama budget no so on famrem omo ma condition say say na menum finance minister to me ya omo de eno an say ye nkonko a obeka ne say
no but you see who should be see what parliament the finance minister after both sides, both minority and majority leaders have made their submission. Paid to the parliament. Okay. In some of my Kenya, now media may some for. I came to represent the president. So it will be important for me to go back, consult with appropriate leaders, I said with a form of honor. Then I can now come back and report to you. If you were not ready to reject the budget, you should have listened to the prayer of the finance minister. So it is actually the Xiaomi will say, "Dear, 1 more year, they are now using that angle. They say they did not reject the budget. They did. I mean, that unconstitutional court. You could see that they rejected the budget. Article 140 is very, very clear. Article 140 does not talk about quorum. 102 talks about quorum. Article 140, it talks about at the point of voting on every serious matter. And before so, in times past, say NDC for working out. NDC for working out are you or anybody who works out. You have always had more than half of the people present.
Okay. More walk out here, the people are saying they say it was a strategy. I mean, adopted by the leadership from majority side, including yes, I said because you were not having the number or the numbers.
Oh, what shows?
Because almost say 137. Honorable Sarah Josafua was absent. There were some of your MPs more by Honorable Kennedy, Japan, others in the by Barcelona Mohramuni number no, and I even say 137, the crown and Kamotoya. Based on one model standing orders, no, say a quartai, a pie, just and a rejected budget, no, deny a strategy. Like I say.
Well, I think let's look at the national interest. Let's look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture of a budget being rejected for the first time in our country, the history of this country. That for me should be the concern of everybody.
Honorable OPK, and Opay Yane Yeti for Niarefonia, and as a member of parliament for the good people of Impriso. We share video now, Nona, Ujina, Rasebedium floor, no say, Monsori Mianco, Monsori Miancona. Yanino Akudi and Comono.